everybody, welcome to Millennial Facts, and yes, I am alone, but I'm still going to present the Millennial Fact for the week, so I hope you're having an amazing week before I get into it. There is a little noise that's going on behind me. I live in the very tropical, sunny city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Weather report says that it's going to rain, it doesn't rain, but then they say, well, it's not going to rain, it rains. So, it's raining right now, and it's raining pretty hard, so if you hear any raindrops, my bad. Just try to focus on what I'm trying to say right now. So, the Millennial Fact that I'm going to present to you today is by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. What they have researched about us is Millennials are more tolerant of ethnic groups than older generations. 47% versus 19%. With 45% of us agreeing with preferential treatment to improve the position of minorities. Now, I'm going to start off with that commercial that they had. It was a white woman, a black man, and a child that was interracial. So, it was a Cheerio commercial, and obviously that is a family. You know, they were married, they had the baby looks mixed, blah, blah, blah. So, it was so much controversy when that commercial came out. I thought it was the cutest commercial, and do you know what? I didn't see that it was a black dad and a white mom and a mixed child. I saw that it was a cute commercial. Cheerios. The whole point of the commercial is to lower cholesterol, and her mom basically was saying that Cheerios helps your cholesterol and it lowers your blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. And so she thought she was helping daddy, and instead of pouring him a bowl with milk, she poured it on top of him. Thought it was the cutest commercial ever. So much controversy. Oh my gosh, interracial dating, blah, blah, blah. People were going on. People were really upset. And so what stood out the most is they recorded children basically watching the commercial and looking at their response to the commercial and then asking them how they felt about it. Everybody was like, oh my God, it was such a cute video, blah, blah, blah. So these kids are ranging literally from 3 to 12. Like maybe 3 to 14. And they got to the question, how did you feel watching this? And so there was like, I felt like the little girl was trying to help her daddy, blah, blah, blah. And then they asked, they didn't necessarily ask, they made a statement. They said, would you believe that some people wanted this commercial off the air just because the mom was white and the dad was black? I feel like the kids were more emotionally, like, they were so personally affected by hearing that statement. And it's very hurtful because one of those kids was saying love is love. Why can't we love whoever we want to love? And I think that's how millennials actually feel. Why can't we love whoever we want to love? You know, I honestly feel like it shouldn't get to the point where we say we don't see color, because we have to recognize color. We have to, because different ethnic groups bring different cultural, standpoints. So you have to be very, very intentional about recognizing those things and understanding that my walk is different from your walk, but that doesn't mean we have to discredit it. That means we just have to get to know each other and be more accepting. I feel like the millennials on every level are always for social justice. We're always the ones going out and trying different things and meeting new people, and we're down for traveling, and we're down to understanding each other on another level, because I feel like it's so much hatred from where America started and where it has came from that we're just over it. It gets to the point where when you see this person, what do you see? Do you see the stereotype or do you see the person? Just me in general, like and it sucks because when you're talking to certain people, you're just like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends. But some people say I'm hanging out with my white friends. Yeah, I'm hanging out with my black friends. Like, I just wonder what goes through the other individual's head when they say that. I'm not sure, because obviously I'm black. I can only speak from my experience. But I'm hanging out with my white friends. Why is it's just crazy that we have to, not necessarily have to say it, but I think it's crazy that's our reality. Like, we put an ethnic group and a color to everything. We associate that with everything. And I know that's how America started, but I think what millennials are trying to do, we're trying to move forward. I honestly don't want people to think that some millennials are forgetting the history and trying to overlook it, because I honestly feel like we shouldn't. So if you are that person that says you don't see color, color exists, honey. That's just what it is. And it's not to say that color doesn't matter or different ethnic groups don't matter, but you have to see the importance in diversity. Like, I think that's very important. But for the most part, millennials are just so forward thinking with everything, and it just shows of how many different people we invite in our lives, the music that we listen to. My mom gets blown away the amount of music that I know when we go random places. We're in the grocery store, a country song comes on, I'm singing it. A pop song comes on, I'm singing it. A rock song comes on, and I'm singing it. She's like, what? In my day, we listened to one genre. That was disco and whatever Marvin Gaye falls under, you know? So it's very different. We're very susceptible to different things that are happening in the world. We're very open with difference and diversity. And it just shows, you know. I have different groups of friends that I've met. I'm more likely to, because I'm a social person, I put myself out there. I don't care what you look like. Millennials are being more accepting of what's going on because honestly, we think it's ridiculous. We think the fact that you honestly look at me and listen to what the media has said about me before even meeting me and judge me. You know, I think a lot of us are trying to see past that. I think a lot of us are trying to get through to our parents or our grandparents. Hey, you know the situation my friend was telling me that he went to hang out with his friend. It's the black guy and the white guy. He went to hang out with his friend. The white guy was like, you know, bro, you know, you like my bro for life, we're like best friends, but my grandparents are really racist. Like, they grew up in a time where it was slaves and sharecroppers and masters. Like, I don't know how they're going to react around you. And so the guy was like, okay, cool. You know, I mean, you know, I want to meet your family, but I just want you to know I'm going to try to control myself if they go too far. And I would expect you to stick up for me, stand up for me, if that ever had to come down to it, you know? And so it ended up being great. They did say some very racially slurred remarks. But for the most part, sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Sometimes people are just going to be stuck in the past. And the difference is here, our generation is trying to move everybody forward. We need to recognize where we came from, and we need to understand that that is a huge reason why America is the way that we are today. I don't want anyone to forget that. We were our country was built off of race. And it's only one race, but we were built off of the oppression of different ethnic groups. So we can't ignore that, but what we can do is recognize them for what they are, understand the stereotypes, and beat them. And continue to love each other just because you're human. And I accept you just because you're someone in my life. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you come from. I don't care. We are moving into a space where we are more accepting of each other, and we're trying not to dwell on the hate that this country has built itself on. We're trying to move forward. And I think that fact, mind you, they said only 45%, only 47 to 19%. So it has increased significantly, but it's still not even half of millennials feel like they're more comfortable or more tolerant of different ethnic groups. And that makes sense because what you're taught is what you project. So that was a millennial fact. It's very interesting to me. I want to hear how you feel about this, honestly. Like, I want you guys to really comment below. And are you a forward-thinking millennial? Are you not tolerant of different ethnic groups, and why? Did the media shape the way that you feel about different groups based on what they always show? Like, I just want this to be a dialogue. I feel like this is very important that we need to talk about, and I just can't wait to hear from you. Just leave a comment below if you had an experience that you dealt with someone who wasn't as tolerant and they're your age. You know, just leave a comment. I would love to hear from you.